Hi everybody, I'm Tammy Devine with CCN Crown City News, your neighborhood. I'm here at Pasadena City Council chambers. Question, how does a city employee get away with allegedly embezzling $6.4 million over 11 years? Answer, he might not. The LA County District Attorney's Office announced the arrest of 51-year-old Danny Wooten and two others for allegedly stealing money out of a public utilities fund.
The fact that this fraud went on undetected for 11 years is not only disappointing, but unacceptable.
Pasadena City Manager Michael Beck and Mayor Bill Bogard faced the press and media to discuss the theft of $6.4 million from a fund that had been set aside to pay for moving utility lines underground. The LA County District Attorney's Office arrested a former Public Works employee, Danny Wooten, his temp assistant Melody Jenkins, and city employee Tyrone Collins for the embezzlement scheme, which could result in state prison for the 60-count felony complaint against all three. Beck says he was troubled to learn about the fraud.
My first reaction was devastating. This is a significant compromise of the public trust that we have. I know many of the 2,000 employees within the city of Pasadena, and I know how hardworking they are and how honest and dedicated they are. And to think that one of our own could have taken advantage of weaknesses within our system to leverage their own personal gain is very frustrating and very upsetting, and I was very devastated, and I continue to be so.
City Council member and candidate for Mayor Terry Tornick says the investigation began after he started asking questions about the Underground Utility Program, or UUP, something he considered to be a slush fund, during a Municipal Services Subcommittee meeting in May. Why were the questions just brought up now? I mean, if it's been going on for 11 years, weren't those discrepancies there in the past?
It's a perfect question, and I think the answer is that there was a unique circumstance in this particular account. The city has not done a good job executing that program, which is why it was a target of mine. And at the current rate of work, it would take something like 70 years to complete the project. The reason that this was such a sitting duck was that there was $50 million sitting in this pot that the city was incapable of spending in an efficient way. And this guy, this thief, city employee, identified it as a sitting duck, and he exploited it.
When city staff discovered the fraud, they went to police, who sent the matter to the DA's office. Money for the program comes from residents' utility bills. Following this scandal, Tornick says the city has a ways to go to restore the public's trust.
Oh, this is very serious. I mean, the public needs to be confident that the city government is taking care of their money. People don't like to pay money for government, but at least they want to be confident that somehow it's not being stolen.
Both Tornick and the city manager agree that the 11-year embezzlement proves to be a massive failing of the city's internal controls. But Tornick says it could cost Beck his job.
If the manager is not performing, it's up to the city council to take action. And his future with the city, I mean, I think he's been a very capable manager in a lot of areas, and I think he has a lot of goodwill and has earned a lot of respect in the community. But as the results of this investigation come to light and we have a chance to see how the city government responds to the challenges, I think that will certainly have an impact on his future in the city.
As it relates to me personally, this isn't about me, this is about the city of Pasadena, and ultimately we need to ensure that we can rebuild confidence that the community can have within the city of Pasadena, and that's what we will strive to do.
In the meantime, Beck says the holes in the system have been closed. He says questionable payments from the UUP stopped when Wooten was put on administrative leave from an unrelated matter in March. He says the city hired internal auditing firm KPMG, which has made 43 recommendations for council approval, and that 4 other city employees have been placed on administrative leave.
Let me close by telling the residents of Pasadena that their government will be stronger as an result of this investigation. Your hard-earned money will be protected, and the alleged criminal actions of one will not change the values that we hold so dear in Pasadena.
The Pasadena City Council was not scheduled to meet on January 5th, but council members say this issue is so serious they've decided to hold the meeting after all. In Pasadena, Tammy Devine, CCN.